Hey everybody, I'm coming to you now from the park. Got this little playground going on back here. I want to apologize, I forgot to hit the record button on the Q&A session earlier. It was like 2 hours, totally lost, sorry. Unfortunately, I just made a really stupid mistake. And so came down here to make this video since I had like 3.5, 4 hours free. I didn't have to process the video, and I wanted to get something out there for you guys. I'm still going to be there at 6 o'clock for the second session today. But the message I wanted to bring is this, and I've heard this a lot from people, like, what do you do about the mistakes that you made? You know, like you're with a narcissist, sociopath, psychopath, and like they were pressuring you to do something. You know, it could have been like an overt sort of pressure, like a bully, where they're outwardly pressuring you to do something, or it could have been like the covert way where they were like guilt tripping you or making you, you know, through triangulation, making you feel like you were lesser than or not good enough or not whatever enough if you didn't do, you know, whatever that thing was. And like we've all been there, right? Like raise your hand if like you did something that you really regretted later, right? So, you know, what do you do with that? Well, you know, it's funny because like the self-forgiveness is sometimes like the hardest part. Like sometimes it's easier to forgive someone else who hurts you, and it's harder to forgive yourself when you made the mistake. And so that's what you got to focus on, you know, is the self-forgiveness. You know, it's like so much worse when you disappoint yourself. You know, like I didn't hit the record button today. Why? Like, I don't know. I don't know why I didn't hit it, and I'm really sorry that I didn't. You know, that was just a silly thing. You know, I lost 2 hours, and you guys didn't get to hear those messages today, unfortunately. But, you know, sometimes we do like much more serious things that we really, really regret later. And that's where you got to sit there with yourself, you know, and forgive yourself for what happened, because you can't change the past. Like, you can't change what happened. You can't do something different in the past. You know, all you can change right now is your perspective of it moving forward, you know, different actions that you're going to take moving forward to make it right, you know, and just like try not to beat yourself up for it and like dwell in the past so much. And I know it's really hard because like that's what you want to do. Like, that's what I want to do right now. I'm like beating myself up for not hitting that record button, you know, and I'm going to get over that. It might take a few more hours, you know. But like when you make the bigger mistakes, right, those are the harder ones to get over, you know, and those things like really eat at you and you like feel this guilt, right? That guilt means you have a sense of conscience. That's a good thing. That guilt means that something bothered you, that you didn't like that. You knew that it wasn't in integrity with your values and who you are. And so all you can do about that is recognize the lesson, recognize the mistake you made, and take a different action moving forward. You know, you can't change that. You can't go back and undo whatever happened. So, you know, let that go and recognize that in the future when someone tries to pressure you to do something, when someone's trying to guilt trip you to do something or make you feel like you're lesser than because you don't want to do it, you know, check in with yourself and listen to your intuition, and you decide if you want to do that thing or not. You know, how are you going to feel tomorrow? How are you going to feel later today? How are you going to feel a year down the road when you reflect back and remember that thing that you did? You know, are you going to feel good about yourself? Or you're going to feel bad about yourself? Because if you're going to feel bad about yourself, then what's the point? You know, why are you going to do that? You know, just to please that other person, to make them happy, to make them think that you're cool or you're like exciting or like whatever. No, it's not worth it. You know, if somebody doesn't want to hang out with you because you won't do that thing that goes against your values and who you are and what's going to make you feel good, don't hang out with that person. That's not a good person to hang out with. You know, they're only going to bring trouble into your life, and you're just going to keep doing things that you're going to later regret having done, right? So, you know, bottom line is you can't change the past. Try not to beat yourself up for that. I know it's easier said than done. And practice some forgiveness work, you know, and the self-forgiveness is the hardest part, you know, but you have to forgive yourself for doing those things that you didn't want to do, and just recognize that you're going to make different decisions moving forward. So I'm sending you all a big hug. Sorry again about the missing Q&A today. And again, I'll be back there at 6 p.m. tonight. Just an FYI, next Monday is July 4th here in USA. It means it's a holiday, and my cousins are coming from out of town, so I'm not going to have the webinars next Monday, the 4th of July. It's the only day. Okay, so we'll be back the following Monday, but we won't have the 2 webinars next week. I will be there at 6 o'clock tonight. See you guys soon.